Today, we're here at Black Mountain. This is a super unique volcanic mountain located in the north central part of the Mojave Desert, just outside of the town of Barstow. And the canyon coming through here is incredibly beautiful. All kinds of big lava rocks, really dramatic. Looking forward to the trip, so let's see what this looks like. So joining me on this trip today up Black Canyon is a good friend of mine, Gary Mendez. Gary and I have been traveling the desert together for years and years, and when I knew I was going to come up here and do this trip, I thought I should bring Gary. He's a wealth of information and really good partner to have on the road.
Together on the quads.
Yeah, remember that? Yeah, that was fun, bro.
2007 probably.
Yeah.
Because I think I had my Can-Am then, and I think you had your red one.
Yeah.
I think it was on the first two I had.
Yeah. That was amazing. So you can tell people have been coming here for a long, long time. Not just the natives, but all kinds of settlers and just random desert explorers. Been coming here since, well, looks like Ray was here in 1947. How's that? Yikes, it's almost 100 years ago. Okay, 80 years ago? Around the corner here, the rocks are covered with old petroglyphs and more modern graffiti. Some cowboys trying to put their name and date on the walls. Anyhow, from that location, the road is primarily sandy and it's wide open. Very, very pretty. The sand here is not bad. You could probably do it in two-wheel drive as long as you had a high clearance vehicle and good off-road tires. As you go further up, you may need a little bit more four-wheel drive. However, really I think you could do it in two-wheel drive. The canyon itself is absolutely beautiful. To your right, to the east, it is a very steep and rugged walls. And to the west, it's a little bit less rugged, but still very beautiful. So what do we got, bro? What are you looking at?
Right back where we're at. If we hang left here, we go back through this little canyon, end up in this area where it's full of just...
What's that white crap?
Yeah.
Is there another road around
What that
there? I
is.
wonder if we go... Oh, maybe not. There's not that.
Looks like
so.
clearly it's a road over there.
Yeah. All right, well...
That's it. Let's investigate.
Let's go see what that is. Oh, I get it. It's a place to drop junk. Thanks, guys. It's just a dump. Yeah. Amazing. Alright, so hiking over here towards this cave, about 3/4 of the way up the canyon. It's an absolutely beautiful day, and we're gonna go see what this little dugout is. I'm glad we're doing this during winter when all the snakes are popsicles, because during summer this probably would be a very dangerous hike just because of the rattlesnakes. Not sure what we would call this cave. I could think of a couple of names, but it probably wouldn't be appropriate for all audiences, so I won't go there. All right, so for the sake of filming, I'm gonna come in here a little bit, but this one is definitely tight. This ground is covered with cactus. I don't think I'm crawling across that. I'm gonna grab us here and try and show you guys back here a ways. I don't know, why do I always end up in these freaking caves? Anyhow, okay, well, I just don't think I can fit back there, folks. So, yep, too skinny for me. Let's find our way back to the truck and finish this part of the tour of the Black Mountain Wilderness here in the beautiful Mojave Desert. Okay, so we drove all the way up Black Canyon, which is a beautiful canyon, with the goal of finding the Black Canyon Cave. It's part of a complex of caves that exist here on the north side of Black Canyon. And you can hear in the background the jets flying over. I'm guessing we're right next to a bombing range. Kind of exciting. Anyhow, so we're gonna climb up and take a look at those caves and see what we can find. So here we go. So the hike up this grade isn't too bad. It's maybe 150 yards straight up. Wouldn't say that you necessarily have to be a master climber to do this, but do need some balance. And it's always good to have a good walking stick with you. So good, safe spot, and definitely a few folks have had a fire here in the past, because you can look at the roof and see all the evidence of the smoke that's up there. But look at this. This is substantial. It's kind of the fork of 3 different canyons. You could see your prey, you could see your enemy, and they'd have to come up here to get you. Interestingly, there's not a lot of small rocks on the ground here. I wonder if they used them to throw at people. I definitely think this area was used. I mean, you think about it. Think about what was at Lovelock Cave. Okay, Lovelock's a lot deeper of a cave, right?
Yeah.
But at Lovelock, they excavated. And I don't see any excavations here.
No.
I see a whole bunch of ground that
this looks undisturbed.
That's been undisturbed.
Erosion.
Natural erosion. And it does look like some of that scratching on the back. It almost looks like someone was intentionally scratching at that. For sure, you can see back over there, you see almost like a fireplace that they're trying to dig in or something. It's definitely neat, but
You can see the dark.
yeah, well, it's true. You can see the dark right there. Opposite side of this valley, there's actually more caves. There's a cave back over there that it really looks like a rainbow. Looks like there's 3 or 4 interesting caves, so I think we're gonna go check this out. Let's try and come up around that, Gary, see what you think. Watch that step. It's definitely perilous up here. I'm not really seeing any smoke on that roof. What are you seeing, brother? Careful. Watch yourself, Gary. Yeah, well, it's good. Watch yourself. It ain't worth it. All right, bro, watch it. It's good, Gary. Not worth it. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it was dug out. I don't think it's natural. Somebody's digging. But it only goes back just probably another 5 feet from what you can see.
All right, well, there it is. What an amazing day. This is truly spectacular. Huh. Dude, definitely somebody had a fire here. And it's like a perfect bed. If you look here, it's like a really good,
If I was out here, I'd hang out right here.
really good bedding spot, but the rocks here have definitely been soiled with soot. You can see that, which means somebody at some point definitely was using this for heat. Make a lot of sense. Okay, so we're coming up to the 3rd cave up the Black Canyon Wilderness area. And this cave is called tortoise shell. It's definitely interesting. It's funny that cave was so prominent from the other side. I wonder if we're looking at the same cave. Yeah. And it's a great shelter because the prevailing wind is coming from behind where this is. Wow. Look at this. Look at that. Amazing. That is definitely...
Yeah, they use this for all their tool making right here.
Oh,
this
yeah.
waxy. Good for spearheads.
Yeah. There's a shelf back in here. And then the floor out in front of it has been cleared of all big rocks. If you look, there's definitely evidence of fire there, and fire there, and even some fire back there. It's definitely a spot where it would have been ideal for hunting and keeping yourself out of that cold wind. And if you had a fire here, it'd snuggle right up and keep you warm. All right, see what we can find. We saw another cave up here, so we're just gonna check this out and see what we can find. Oh, looks pretty good. All right. Okay, so now this definitely looks like someone cleared out some steps and had a little spot here coming back in here. Wow, look how far back that goes, and there's evidence of fire there. Wow, they used that for a chimney. Look at that, you see it?
Smart.
So
right.
Here's this, but when you look up,
Man, you dig through some of that dirt there?
you can see the evidence of smoke. That is definitely evidence of an ancient chimney. And now it's just laid out with a bunch of rat poop. But, oh, trip on this. Something still is feeding here.
Oh, you bet. Look at all these bones.
Well, look at this blood on this.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this.
Look at all these bones.
Yeah, look at the blood on that. Okay. Coming around on the east side of this mound is this giant rock cave. And we call it giant rock cave because there's a giant rock in front of it. And it's not much of a cave, but it is obviously a shelter. This is very definitely, oh wow, look at this. A great example of an ancient shelter. Very, very cool. Wow. And then there's a whole wall here that is just full of these little pockets, you know.
You can just tell.
Yeah, bunch of chipping there.
And a fire pit.
Fire pit, bunch of old chippings. Oh, what the heck is that? Dude, is that an old dead petrified snake? Dude,
Look at that.
hang on.
Small one.
Hang on. Make sure we don't have any live here. Dude, this is an old dead petrified snake. So you hear me talking about frozen snakes?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow. That's a youngin'.
So you guys hear me talk about frozen snakes. There is a petrified snake. Okay, so sometimes in the desert, when you're out exploring, you find some really weird things. And I definitely found something interesting this time. This is the remains of an old, dead, petrified snake. And I can't tell what type, but it seems to have some red hue to it, but it's missing its tail and it's missing its head. What do you think got it? Yikes. Okay, so now we're going to have to call this Petrified Snake Mountain because we found a petrified snake and it's a mountain. And so therefore we're going to call it Petrified Snake Mountain. Okay, so here we are at Tortoise Shell Rock. And the reason that we call it Tortoise Shell Rock, Gary, why do we call it Tortoise Shell Rock?
Because it looks like a tortoiseshell hole.
No, because we found a tortoiseshell on the rock. Okay, we're gonna try this again. Okay. Gary, we are here at Tortoiseshell Rock, and the reason that we call it Tortoiseshell Rock is
we found a tortoiseshell on a rock.
Okay, that was better that time. We didn't get it the first take. He's new to this. It's okay. So anyways, we found this awesome tortoiseshell on this rock while we're hiking here. And so tortoiseshells, folks, are one of those things that you cannot touch because it is a felony to touch a tortoiseshell. So this is a perfect lesson. So when you see a tortoiseshell, leave it alone, or the good folks of the Bureau of Land Management will be very mad at you. So we don't touch them. You shouldn't touch them either. Just like that petrified snake, it gets to stay here. It's its home. But neat stuff to find. Okay, so the last cave that we found here, which I believe is cave number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 6? Cave number 6. This cave is another cave which overlooks that valley. Total signs of man. Somebody brought all those rocks up here. Those didn't just happen, but more importantly, look at the evidence of fire. Look at the roof, charcoaled out. This is definitely a area that would have been very popular with the natives of this region many, many years ago. Folks, well, I think this is gonna do it for us this time. This has been an amazing trip up Black Canyon. Definitely one of California's finest examples of ancient man's home, here in the Black Mountain Wilderness, just outside of Barstow, California, one of California's most beautiful valleys. With that, folks, we're going to say goodnight. And remember, when you find yourself hiking on a bumpy, dusty, dirty trail in the middle of nowhere, to find a cave that at one point our ancestors called home, you've probably found yourself home as well. Good night, everybody.